Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over my Summerween reading list. Halloween is my favorite holiday, but summer is my favorite time of year, so this is just the perfect blend of both worlds. I love reading all things spooky, things that go bump in the night all year long, so let's just dive right in. So first up on my list is Where He Can't Find You by Darcy Coates. I love Darcy Coates. I probably have most of her books. So in this book, we are following Abby and Hope. They are sisters, and they live in a town that is plagued by disappearances and a serial killer who cuts up his victims and sews them back together in unnatural ways. So typically, Abby and Hope follow the rules pretty well. They follow curfew, but then Abby's sister Hope is taken. Now, when Abby takes us to the police, they pretty much just claim, our hands are tied, there's not much we can do, this is just kind of what happens, your sister is just gone. So Abby has to try to take things into her own hands and to rescue her sister and to basically catch this killer almost completely on her own. I love Darcy Coates. She's amazing at twists, all things spooky. She's just one of my favorite authors. I have enjoyed pretty much everything I have read by her, so I am very excited that I got my hands on this in time for this whole Summerween vibe that we have going. Next up is The Haunting by Natasha Preston. Some of my really good friends who love to read rave about Natasha Preston. I have never read anything by her before, but I'm really excited for this one. So we are following our main character, Penny, whose ex-boyfriend's father was caught the year before as the town's serial killer on Halloween. So this is just like perfect. Penny and her friends go costume shopping for this year's Halloween party. They find a dead body. And so now the town is in an uproar. Everyone is scared. Is this a copycat killer? Is it Penny's ex-boyfriend who's finishing what his father started? I'm really excited to read a Natasha Preston book. Like I said, haven't read her before. Most of my friends love her work. I've heard it's very spooky, sometimes disturbing, so this is just like the perfect vibe. Next up is Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose. I've never read anything by her before, but I have to say I might have bought this for the cover mostly because it's an old VHS tape. I hope everyone who's watching this knows what a VHS tape is. So we are following three siblings who have returned home to settle their mother's estate after she has passed away. And one night they are going through old family videos and there is a taping over that they've never seen before, and it's their parents moving a very large and suspicious black bag that has blood coming out of it, and their parents are promising to never speak of this again, to keep this absolutely secret. So now the three siblings must decide, are they going to investigate this and try to find out what this is all about, or is it better to just leave certain things buried and untouched? Okay, so my next book recommendation is going to be Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. Now, I have actually read this one. I finished this in the fall, so this is my recommendation to you guys. This is the first book I've read by Riley Sager. I loved it. I could not put it down. I also could not stop talking about this book. Ask my husband, he'll tell you. But in this book, we are following a main character named Maggie. Now, Maggie's family is famous because they supposedly lived in the most haunted house in America that they fled after living in for only about a month. Now, if you ask Maggie, who was about 5 or 6 years old at the time when they lived in this house, she has pretty much no memory of being there, and she doesn't really believe her parents' story. But they wrote books, they went on talk shows, and there's even a movie made about their story, and so they made a lot of money, but it's always been this kind of unspoken thing between her and her parents of what they say happened and her just not really believing it. And it was really hard on her for her childhood because people would ask her about it all the time, but she didn't really know what to say, and she was kind of alone through her childhood and teen years. But Maggie returns to the home after her father passes away. He left the house to her, and so now she is actually a contractor who fixes up old homes and flips them. So this is perfect for this house. So she shows up, and with the help of the caretaker, they start going through the home, assessing it, seeing what they can and can't do, and hoping that they can just sell this home. Things immediately start happening. Maggie starts to get some memories. She's noticing strange things in the home, and her mother, who is still alive, still just kind of refuses to talk about it, but she did tell Maggie, please, under no circumstances, go back to the house. It is not safe for you specifically. This was an incredible book. I think the lines between what is real and what is fake are just blended perfectly. So we do get flashbacks of like the book that Maggie's father wrote. And so we're reading the story that supposedly happened almost 20 years ago, but then we're getting Maggie's current day perspective. So if you are a fan of dual timeline stories, you will absolutely love this one. I'm usually not, but I think that this one worked really well. This kind of reminded me of like the Amityville Horror, where the house is so scary, people just up and leave, and then they kind of tell the world about their story. But it's a very good blend of maybe going over past trauma that you've had when you were younger, forgiving your parents. This book is an absolute delight. It's such an amazing blend of the skeptic who is in the current home where supposedly all these horrible things happened, reading about her experience there, and then what her parents supposedly went through in her father's book. Just the contrast is so amazing, and you do get to a couple points in the book where you're just like, I don't know who to believe. I don't know if the house was it really haunted and it only affected her parents? Is it just not affecting her? Is none of this real? It's really incredible. So that is my Summerween reading list and my one recommendation for you guys. If you are jumping on this trend and love the blend of summer and spooky, or you're just counting down to Halloween, let me know in the comments down below. And as a reminder, me and my husband still have a bet going of if I hit 50 subscribers by the 4th of July, he will take me on a book buying date and I can buy as many books as I can carry. But in the meantime, you guys keep on reading.